Hello, hello. Good afternoon, evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Mexican Aviator, what's up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today, sir? We've got the beautiful Flight Simulation Studios Embraer 175, and we've got it in the Republic Airways colors, which is an actual thing. Although Republic isn't, it is a standalone airline, but it's contracted out to American, Delta, and United. But we've got they do have their own liveries, such as this one. So this is what we've got here today, leaving Memphis for Omaha today. Should be a nice little flight. Mego ready for takeoff. We're getting there, but thank you. Mexican Aviator said 321neo came out. 321neo is my favorite plane. I don't know if I should wait for the Phoenix. What other 321neo came out other than the Phoenix, Mexican Aviator? But welcome everybody on Twitch and YouTube as well. Hope you guys are all having a great day. Without further ado, I guess let's go ahead and hop inside and get the plane started up. We'll get both the batteries on, get the nav lights on for now. No smoking seatbelt signs can come on. Emergency exit lights can get armed. And APU can go to on for a second and go ahead to start for right now. We are flying this under the American tail, although it's Republic necessarily. But or it's Republic, but we're flying under the American. It's American operations technically. So it's Brickyard 4339 is going to be the call sign today. We are going to be on VATSIM, so let's go ahead and pre-file there. FS Labs 320neo came out. Oh, really? Didn't FS Labs put out a 320 recently as well? Stay loyal to my Phoenix. Nice. I heard the FS Labs 320 was pretty good though. Brickyard 4339 today, and let's see if there's any ATC online right now. I don't know why, but I doubt it. But Memphis, there's some, I think it's some ATC, so we'll see. Indianapolis Center is online. Memphis ground tower and approach. So let's go ahead and load up that sim here as well. APU is on and running, so we're not going to need the GPU at all, which will be nice. Let's go over here and take away the covers and the safety pins for now. Flight details, we're going to add our flight in from SimBrief from flight plan. There we go. Memphis to Omaha, 4339. Let's go ahead and hit that. We're going to get boarding first before we do all this stuff. Oh, GSX start. This is interesting here. I don't know. Let's see what happens here. Okay, American Airlines, that's, yeah. Need Pilot Luke to comment on that? True, we do. We need Pilot Luke to do a Airbus review. Let's see if they've got the jet bridge moving or anything. Not quite. Beautiful though. I guess maybe they're going to do the fueling first. I do really like this. I saw this Republic Airways livery in person the other day,
truck is in position.
and I really liked it. It really made me want to fly the 175. In particular, the.
Please use your boarding requested.
Okay. Let's see. It wants. We want to have. How much fuel do we want to have? It probably knows, but we want 14.1 on the fuel. How much do we have right now? That was a satisfying sound right there. I like that a lot. Clickbait thumbnail. Well, with the wrong plane. I think it's the opposite of clickbait. Okay, we have or clickbait. We have 9960 right now.
Do you want to board crew? Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Oh, here we go. Okay, wait. So we want 14.1.
Hello, Captain.
It's not as expecting the American. I think it's the opposite. I think it's actually cooler than the American one. 14,100. Let's see if I set that.
Passengers boarding starting.
50. Why did it just go down some? Because I'm using the APU still. So now,
Departure checks completed.
what if I just hit
Bypass
Fuel
pin inserted.
system to set the
instant?
desired fuel quantity.
See, it loaded it for us already, 14.1. So we have it. We might have to kick GSX out of here. Unless they understood. Don't close out of the game. I'm definitely going to try.
Locking gear.
Total 12.5, 15. Yeah, it's about 14. That's about right.
Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
I did. So, you know.
Good afternoon. Boarding pass, please. Hello.
Alright, if it asks for it again, we're just going to restart the sim brief. We can, we are going to need to keep moving forward with this though. Oh, okay, so we're going to restart sim brief because it didn't get it. Restart QTAL, and we're just going to load up. We'll just instant load everything. Memphis, let's get logged on first to these guys over here. Get out of here. Connect, we're Brickyard 4339. We're in Embraer 175. Nope, that's not. Isn't it 70? I think it's 75L, isn't it? Code. That's kind of silly. So we have the same weather here. That's right. Stormy. Stormy everywhere. We're gonna get the weather from VATSIM. Make sure we get the right ATIS. Information November 240 at 93003. We'll hit the B key for that, which worked. Some to departures, use 18 right and the 18 center runway as well. We're gonna hope for 18 center. We'll plan for 18 center. This one we can make 18 right. We'll go dry and dry, flaps 2, all that good stuff. Calculate all of that. Manifest, we're gonna send that all to make do. Is gear optional? No, we need the gear. Can't MEL the gear, unfortunately. Let's go to the route so that we can, we're gonna be Brickyard 4339. Put that in the flight ID. Then I think we can request, or do we have, we're gonna have to put OMA as well. And then we can request, and then we can request, there we go. Oh. Flight plan received, and we'll apply active. And then ground is on 121.9. So I'll get the radio page up over here for right now. 121.9 for ground.
SkyWest 3551, contact tower 119.7. Have a good flight.
Put that over here for now.
119.7. See you next time, SkyWest 3551.
Hey, ground Brickyard 4339, looking for IFR to Omaha.
Brickyard 4339, I'm going to have to amend your route slightly. The Hot 5 is a departure only allowed between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. local time. The next closest one, I can give you the JT5 departure.
Okay, let me take a look at it real quick.
It will be the JT5 with an O-date transition. That is Juliet Tango Echo 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 5 for the departure, and the transition is Oscar Delta Alpha Tango Echo.
All right, roger that. Let's see, the JT5 should work just fine.
Roger, I will amend that flight plan and get it sent right over to you. You need just a couple seconds.
Thank you. Okay, there you go. When the Phoenix Neo comes out, the CEOs are getting deleted. That might be a bit much. Hey, can we expect the center for departure?
Affirm.
Thank you. All right, great. That's all that really matters. We know what he's going to give us. He's going to give us the JT 5 O-date transition. It's a little bit farther off our route. Oh, because you don't have space. Fair enough.
Just send it back over to you. Take a look at it, analyze it, and let me know if you need to make any changes.
All right, I just got it. Thank you very much. We'll go through that here in just a second. Runway into Omaha. I have no idea. What does SimBrief want us to take? SimBrief wants us on 14 right. Does that make sense? 14 right is a pretty... Dang, Omaha's got a quite a little operation going on there. ILS for 14 right. Zatar's fine, I guess. The Maui 4 with the... What kind of transition are we looking at? Lima Mike November transition. So go ahead and enter that in there. And then we'll go over here. We'll go to the radio page. We're going to go TARA. We're going to squawk. Actually, we'll leave it on standby for now. 5665 on the squawk. And now we'll put it into TARA. Cleared by the JT5 departure. O-day transition. Maintain 5,320 and 10. Departure frequency offline. So basically, how we're going to do this, we're going to climb maintain 5,000. Right after we get out of here. And actually, we can do this now, too, by the way. I just realized this. So, Memphis. So, we'll get the... Oh, it was working. I promise. Oh, man. Is it not going to work now? We'll let it do its thing here for a second.
At 2718, holding short of runway 18 center at Charlie 7.
Okay, the hot rod, no, the JT5 departure,
Have a good flight.
maintain 5,000 Cheeto Muddo gadgets. Let's, I guess we can try to step through this plan phase. Cheeto Muddo gadget, MAX, and then straight north. So it goes straight north. We want to go northwest a little bit. So that's kind of why I say that user. What the heck is that? Oh, geez, this is going to be great. Zatar. Oh, that's all on the missed approach? All right, interesting. Interesting. So we'll take a look at that as we go.
Good evening, Prime Air 4211, short
Here's
of
1977's tower, so I'll put that in.
With November ready for taxi.
But that all looks good for
Prime Air
now. Let's go ahead there.
Let's good afternoon/evening. Runway 18 center.
Vertical profile, all that stuff looks good for now. We'll go map. Yeah,
Sierra
okay.
Victor Bravo, we'll cross.
All right, everything looks good there. Let's go ahead and just take a look at our
Sierra
takeoff performance. We'll go perf in it. Just make sure everything looks okay for now. Cruising at flight level 320. Cruise winds, we'll be okay without putting those in. Takeoff 2, FMS takeoff. Everything looks good. Takeoff numbers 136, 140, 143. Everything looks good there. Takeoff in it. Wind is weather wind 240 at 9. 240 at 9. It's dry, I do believe. And everything else looks good. So that all looks good there. Let's go to the next page. Everything looks good there. Takeoff numbers over here for now. Actually, we should probably do... Let me do this. Let's go to the takeoff numbers over here and then radio over here until we leave. So then basically how this is going to look, and we'll take a look at it over here with Navigraph. So this was the hot rod departure, helped us out a little bit more, kind of got us going towards the northwest. Basically, once we get out of Towers airspace, this is the JT5, so it takes us a little bit off our route. But first of all, we can, if worst case scenario, if he keeps us all the way out to the end of departure, which he shouldn't, we can just get a direct eventually, and it will just add a little bit of time to our flight. But whenever, he'll probably get us somewhere around here, and then once we're on our own, we'll just kind of go and do our own thing. And get direct to whatever we want. So that's how we're gonna do this on the way out of here, guys. I think we are about ready. let's just make sure. Let's see where we're sitting. Did this ever turn on? Oh, it did turn on. Okay, nice. So do the airport info over here, and then we can do it again. We can go Memphis and get the JT5 departure. JT5, there we go. So now we can have that.
Prime Air 4211, did you forget something at the gate?
Uh-oh.
Negative. You gave me Sierra Vector Bravo cross 27. We're on Vector.
That was Victor Sierra Bravo. To your right there is Bravo. If you just
Should
take
be
Bravo
okay
and
to
continue on
push
Bravo,
back.
Center, that's also fine.
Okay, roger that. My bad. Prime Air 4211. We'll continue on Bravo next right.
All good. Yeah, when you get down Bravo, it's going to angle off a little bit.
We're just going to have to prepare for pushback and departure.
We'll continue down 18 Center, Prime Air 4211.
We'll get the stereo and the red beacon light on. Hey, ground for Brickyard 4339. You just call for push start.
Brickyard 4339.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Center, if I remember right.
That's affirmative. Yeah, we want to go to the center.
Roger. Brickyard 4339. Push and start approved. Face north.
All right, we'll face the north, Brickyard 4339. All right, great. Push and start is approved. We're going to face the north.
Brickyard 4339. In your scenery, do you have
Departure checks completed.
Lima right
5
there?
has been inserted.
Just off your tail right there, or do you only have Juliet down to your left?
It looks like it'll go all the way to. It looks like it's Lima, like a. Yeah, I think it's Lima.
Locking gear.
Okay, Roger.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
honestly, just whatever your scenery will allow. Some people's sceneries are different. That intersection up north there isn't there. So if your scenery has it, face north. If not, face south. We'll just make a left-hand turn on the Lima right there and get you up.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, we have intersections up to the north for Brickyard 4339.
Roger. Prime Air 4211 Heavy, contact tower 119.7. Have a good flight.
And then in terms of the FM or the
Take care, Prime Air
oh,
4211.
LNAV. Oh, so this works. Interesting. Okay, so we're gonna go nose to the right.
Release parking brakes, please.
Test the autopilot. Release the brakes. Let's go ahead and get pushed
Commencing
back.
push.
And
All
we'll start
engines
up engine
clear.
number 1.
Start at will.
I think we are supposed to. We'll hit that later. I think we're supposed to arm the auto throttle for now. If I can get LNAV off, that'd be cool. We can't. All right. Let me just. Where's the flight director button? Okay, great. Nothing's working. All right. So we'll see how that goes. So funny back here. We've got an hour and a half of flying time on the way up to Omaha today. Just under 2 hours from gate to gate. Cruising at 32,000 feet. And bringing 71 people with us on board. Whoa. Alright. I think they updated the sounds or something. Oh shoot, I don't have the hydraulics on. That's why the tail's like that. Now I turn the hydraulic pump on, that tail should straighten out. Yep, there it goes.
Please set parking brakes.
Roger, perfect set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
We do have a good engine start, go away.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good
Let's go
engine
start up
start.
engine number 2.
You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
So the next video that I'm going to try to do here on the channel is going to be about the ILS approaches. I've been getting some questions about those lately, and it's been a video that I've wanted to do for a while. So we're going to talk a little bit about ILS approaches, and just all the different approach types actually, but we're going to talk a little bit about approaches on the way and everything like that, but not too much because got to have some stuff for the video still, you know.
Tow
truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
All right. Sounds like we got a couple good engine starts. Wait a second. Does this show it airport now a little bit? That's kind of, I feel like that might be new as well. All right, they are off over there wearing the jackets here in the summer heat of Memphis. Let's go to flaps 2 for departure. And auto brake can go to RTO. We'll get the APU coming off. And we can get the taxi lights on. Hey, ground brickyard 4339 ready for taxi.
Brickyard 4339, runway 18 center, taxi via Charlie 7.
All right, Charlie center to the center for brickyard 4339. All right, so we're gonna make this right turn on to Charlie. He kind of scared me when he said Charlie. We're gonna make a turn on to Charlie here eventually, and then Charlie 7 to the center runway. So that's gonna be that, guys. Let's hit Toga over here. Oh boy.
Autopilot. Autopilot.
I did not mean. Gosh dang it. I really hope this doesn't just mess everything up. Okay, at least we got auto throttle now. It didn't give me that before. Maybe the engines had to be on for that. And then we definitely don't need the localizer. I'd rather have heading. Alright. So this is Charlie that we just hopped on now. Let me see if I go through the thing here. How do I do this? Oh, it's this one here. I go back to FMS. That didn't work. LNAV, go away. LNAV, that's the VNAV button. LNAV, glide slope is armed. Okay, great. Well, I guess we'll see. But yeah, Charlie 7's coming up here. It'll be Charlie 5, Charlie 6, then Charlie 7.
And Brickyard 4339, tower stepped away for 2 seconds, so give me just a second. When he gets back, I'll pass you along. Just be real quick.
Roger that. We'll be ready. All right, I guess tower had to take a little bathroom break there, but that's all right. Here's Charlie 6 off our right. Charlie 7's the next. Love that sound. Straighten out a little bit. There we go. And we're just gonna set the parking brake so we don't roll anywhere. Looking real good here. Holding short in
Brickyard
Memphis.
4339, he is back and ready. Contact tower 119.7. Have a good flight.
Oh, shoot. All right, over to tower for Brickyard 4339. Thanks for the help.
Anytime.
All right. And then 122.8, I believe, is the next frequency. Tower, good evening. Brickyard 4339, short of the center.
Brickyard 4339, Nashville Tower. The winds are 240 at 9. RNAV Cheeto, runway 18 center, clear for takeoff.
All right, RNAV Cheeto, 18 center, clear for takeoff. Brickyard 4339. All right, guys, let's get some togas in the chat. Here we go. Liv, what's up, man? Welcome to Turn Your Hoff. You get that in real life when the controller won't hand you off to the other controller comes back from the bathroom. Never, Lamp. That was a big 0 in real life, but that's what makes VATSIM special, right? That's what we love about VATSIM. RNAV Cheeto, that's our first fix there. We're climb maintain 5,000 initially, so let's go ahead and do it here, guys. Let's get some togas in the chat. Spool them up. Here we go. Should take over here for us. There we go. There it is. Listen to those babies. Listen to those buzzsaws. Whoa. Let's lock in.
8 knots. Good one. Rotate.
Rotate. Here we go. Holy smokes. Sheesh. And it doesn't want to come off the ground. All right.
Positive ring.
Golly. Gears coming up. Outside cam. Oh, yeah. Looking good. Give me flight level change, please. Nope, that's not.
Brickyard 4339, up for their GT is available. Modern Unicom, have a safe flight.
Right over to Unicom, Brickyard 4239, good night. Give me manual speed. Well, I mean, I can get FMS speeds actually. Let's see what it does though. Alright, there we go. Flaps to 1. And there we go. So we should be speed, LNAV, and flight level change. So everything is looking good on the autopilot. Okay. There we go. Climb maintain flight level 320. And yeah, see, that's what I was talking about. We're just going to kind of do our own thing now. Flaps 1, let's go flaps up. Like I said, we're speed, auto throttle, LNAV, and flight level change. So all that stuff looks good for us. Once we make this turn is whenever we're going to want... like after we kind of get through this a little bit here. Oh yeah. Golly. Little weather in the background too there. Sheesh. Oh. Pilot deviation. Phone number. No altitude restrictions or anything like that on this SID. So we're just going to be ripping out ourselves here. Alright, as we kind of make this turn, let's look for direct to, we're going to switch these guys first of all. Flight plan. Is there a direct thing here, or is it just to do what you need to do for it? I think it's just do what you need to do. Let's get direct to Tomkey if we can. Tomkey, please. Yes, thank you. Direct to Tomkey. Alright. And there's our climb speed through 10,000, 270 knots. That's what we're looking for. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll also get the lights off. Stereo light can come off. Seatbelt sign's going to stay on. But basically, like I said, I love that about the Embraer. You can just turn those bottom 2 rows of lights off, basically. Is holy crap. Safe to say we were not trimmed out very well. Look away, come back here in a nosedive. That's never good. All right, let's get the autopilot on. Yaw damper on as well if it isn't. And I see an airplane. Is that right? Am I seeing that correctly? Yeah, that is FedEx. Holy crap, FedEx just doing a bunch of holds at 5,000 feet. I was like, what is going on right here? Why do I see this guy? Let's see if we can see him. Oh, there he is, yeah. It's a 777, so he's done like 10 holds. What the heck is he doing? It's passing by the tail. Oh, reach 19. The C-17 just loaded up in Memphis. We know all about that. Alright guys, so what's going on? How we doing? It's been a few days. I think it's been 6 days since last stream, 5-6 days, something like that, almost a week. So how are we out there? I've connected my events and Omaha actually does have tower on. Has he been on for 11 hours? Am I seeing that correctly? Is that the right area to look for that? Surely not. Oh my gosh. I think he's been on for 11 hours straight. That can't be right. The tower guy in Omaha has been on for 11 hours and 14 minutes. Me? You think? Just like, he just stays on and just goes to sleep and just like hopes that nobody flies to Omaha. Just racking up VATSIM time. Interesting. We gotta get Hardjoss to do that so that he can start being a center controller or something. Interesting. Well, what's going on with you, Limp? How's things? He's probably gonna be pretty ticked whenever he sees an arrival coming in. Or he's gonna, I don't know if he'd be happy or not. Probably cleared about 5 flights in Omaha. He's got no idea. And he's got no idea what's coming, the storm that's coming his way. You never know what you're gonna get with us. Oh my gosh. How long is this Memphis, he's based in El Gap, Oakland to Memphis, and he's been in the hold for, how long is he, this guy's got 1,100 hours. How long has this flight been for him? It's been a 5-hour flight. I think it's a pretty long flight, typically, but like, and maybe he just had pause top of descent on and just put a hold in. I mean, that would be... I've done that before, but not on VATSIM, though. Interesting. I'm good. What's the streaming schedule for the rest? Wait. Look like for the next week or so? Limp, let's take a look-see here. So, we can do... Not tomorrow. Let's see, not tomorrow. Oh wait, yes to no. You know what? We could do an earlier one tomorrow. We could do like a 10 a.m.er. I also might just kind of use that time to. I have a bunch of clips and stuff that I need to edit, so I might just use that time to kind of grind out clips. So probably not tomorrow. Probably not Saturday, but we'll do Sunday in the afternoon. Probably a very similar time to this, maybe even later. Maybe like a 6:30-ish stream. And then not on Monday, but and then off for a few more days. And then now we'll be definitely back on the 27th. The 27th will be whenever we do some good. We've got a few days in a row, so we'll do probably morning 27, morning 28, morning 29, morning 30. So there'll probably be morning streams that week. So we'll get a nice 4 days in a row there. 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row on that stretch. And maybe even to sneak one in on like Thursday night or something like that. So this week's still not a good stretch for us. But then from the 26th to 27th, I'd say we can get 4, maybe 5 days in a row. So I'd say that would be a solid, that's going to be a solid week for sure. So like I said, I might use tomorrow to kind of just grind out some clips because I've got a lot. Let me see. Do I have a lot actually? I don't think I do really have a lot. Low-keto. So yeah, why are you scheming? Are you thinking about something or what? Sunday's good for me. I might join you. Okay, sweet. Sunday. No, wait, not next Sunday. You mean right? The 29th. I won't be able to this. Oh wait, no. So yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, I can. I did say that. Yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so maybe we can do like an evening stream. I have the morning shift the next day, so it can't be too late. But maybe like, let's see, 5:30. So like maybe like a 6:30, 7 o'clock start. And we'll probably just have to do something pretty quick. But we can do it. We can do it. Try to get a hold of Holt and see if he wants to join as well. All right, sounds good. So yeah, I'm always down. You guys are always feel free to join anytime. But how's the storms down there in Florida? Hardjoss must be extremely busy. I haven't seen him in a hot minute. Yeah, I DM'd him like for a brief moment a little bit ago. I'm gonna do it again. He left me undelivered. I'm gonna double text him. But yeah, we're gonna see how school is for Hardjoss, but he is probably pretty busy. But yeah, man, like Holden either though. Holden's always here every once in a while. You know, daily afternoon Florida shower, same as always. Nice. Oh, my bad. Daily afternoon showers. You working on any projects out there, or? Let's see how we're doing. We got our cruising altitude. Yes, we are. Leveled up our cruising altitude. Let's we'll see if we can pick up the speed a little bit. I think I have to let me see. I always forget how this works. Nah, just kidding. Cruise, there we go. I think it likes airspeed. I don't think if I did point like 7.7. Like, why cruise the point? Oh no, it does like that. Okay, let's try it. 0.80. 0.81. Why not? Let's just go right to 0.82. All right, I like it. Ride that barber pole, baby. Burn that fuel. Nice. Oh shoot, let's get the seatbelt signs off so that you guys can get some. Oh well. Still no smoking, you know. You still can't do that. That's still not acceptable. But yeah, guys, if there's any questions you guys have on approaches or approach types or anything like that, feel free to drop them in the questions tab in the Discord. Join that in the description. Working on these barn doors for the hallway of my house. I also have a project outside that really been putting off because of the heat. Yeah, that's fair, dude. I can't even imagine that heat, bro. We thankfully don't get like our heat isn't that bad here, but it gets hot. But definitely not like that. But yeah, man, I feel that. Listen to those guys yucking it up. You know what I might need to do? We might need to get back to a just a good old-fashioned. Oh, they got a Delta going into Omaha right now too. I wonder if he's actually online for him. Is he? Are we gonna get busy here or what? Is it? I think it's just. No, it's just me and that guy. Good old-fashioned. A pilot's life though. It's been a minute since we've just done a nice pilot's life video, which I don't think I'm gonna have a job at American anymore. Let's just see. Let's take a look at a pilot's life and just see who I'll display capture it, and we're just gonna like take the first off, like one of the first offers that we see in here, because I think that what's up, Hardjoss? We were just talking about you. How's school, man? No, you're good. We figured you were super busy. That's why I just wanted to reach out. Let's take a look at our job market and see how we're doing here. Maybe we need to get back into this a little bit. Frontier, we can do better than Frontier. Scandinavian is interesting, you know. 124275 center just came online. Oh, they did. I'm at the end of their airspace, though. I'm not even going to say anything. We're leaving their airspace. There's nobody else around. Frontier Eurowings. We've flown for Eurowings before. How about Japan? What do we think about... I'm leaning Japan or Scandinavian. What do you guys think? Because Scandinavian... They've even got like CRJs and stuff. Like we can do all kinds of flying with them. I'm getting nostalgic looking at this, bro. We need to do another flight like this, bro. That's what we need. Do they have CRJs? Yeah, they do. They have CRJs, ERJs, they're 190s, but we could probably sneak away with doing a 170 or something. 320s, 350s, 330s. Now I like the Japan fleet too. $787s, 777s. Oof, I like that a lot actually. What do we think? Japan or Scandinavian? I was just looking at let's see this too. Why is this called Omaha Epley Field? Japan? All right. I just saw this Epley Airfield. Why is it called Epley Airfield? History. Began as an extension there. Okay. It doesn't say why. Great, thanks Wikipedia for nothing. Alright, let's do Japan. Let's just rip Japan Airways for a little bit. Wait, let me just make sure I'm not employed currently, right? I don't have a job at American anymore. If I do, then maybe we can do some flying there. Yeah, no, okay. Let's fly with Japan. Do the hours. Isn't that the one I usually do? Wait, what's worry free? No targets, free to fly, no completed flights, 3 months. 5 hours a week. 10% minus 10%. Let's do the hours target. We could do like a long haul, like overnight tonight. Alright, now we're piloted Japan Airlines. Nice. I like this. You can like look at your contract and stuff. That's cool. Okay, let's schedule some flights, shall we? Let's do long haul. Actually, let's do medium haul too. I don't know. Shoot. I don't know what airports are any good in this. Let's do... I want to do the 787, I think. Let's generate short, medium haul flights. 4 hours, 4 hours. Okay, so some of them aren't that bad. To Hong Kong and back to San Diego. That's kind of cool. 11 or 9 hours. So wait, if I start like right after this, I don't know, call it like, let's say I'll call it like 9 o'clock. If I started this flight, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, 11 hours would actually be a good. Let's do just long haul and regenerate. The Boston 12 hours, like 9 to 9. Yeah, that would be nice. And then going back to where is that? Jakarta? I've never even seen. That would be kind of cool though. Boston, Tokyo, Jakarta, Sydney, Vancouver. Wow. Okay. I kind of like that schedule. I'm not gonna lie. I say we send it with that in the 787. Fukuoka to Korea. Alright, let me see. We'll accept this schedule for now. So we'll do this. I'll do this flight overnight and we'll start making videos on Japan Airways Airlines again. We'll just close out of that for now. And let's take a look at who does this flight that you speak of. I'm sure it's Japan Airways, but RJFF to Korea. Oh, dude, I hate Seoul in this game. The thing is terrible. Ooh, a Korean Air 737 Max. Korean Air 350. 330 from Asiana does it. Interesting, interesting. Air Seoul. Maybe we should do some. Maybe we'll stay in Japan, just kind of as a whole. School's plugging along. All right, you'll be right back. No problem, dude. No problem. RKPC, is that a different Korea? Jeju. I see Jeju Air. Holy crap! There are no direct flights. Air Busan, Jin Air, Jeju Air. Whoa! Just a little bit over speed here. Let's we'll do 0.81. How about that? So sorry about that. Let's get a little bit of. That's alright. We don't even need a speed break. Oh, let me see. Actually, I need to see what. Which one it has me. Do you remember what it has me flying in? Is it a 787? Actually, let me see. If I just rewind, that'll probably be easier than actually opening up my application again. Okay, or not, because it's taking forever to load on YouTube. Does it want me in the 9 or the -8? Because I don't know if I have Japan Air for either of them. Let's see. Schedule. It wants us in the 9. So let's go to flightsim.to and let's look up Japan first of all. Let's just look up Japan, because that's the other thing too, is that they have RJCC Japan in here. What are we? Shouldn't have closed out of it again. Gosh dang it. It has us out of RJA, so that's all right. So let's look for that. Let's look for RJA. See if there's any good sceneries on flightsim.to first of all. Static aircraft, GSX profiles, enhancement. Narita International design and terrain fixes. That sounds good. I get to find decent 787 in flight sim. What about Horizon? Horizon's definitely decent, I would say. Do you disagree? I would definitely say the Horizon 787 is decent. $35 minutes to go. We're almost halfway through our flight. Hey, really? Is that it? 35? Yeah, I guess so. Okay, then let me look up Japan 787. Look that up. Okay, just Japan then. Okay. I use the Horizon, but I just don't know. It's just not. I guess my standards are way too. I definitely think the Horizon is decent. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's fair if you don't think it is, but I think it has some really great qualities about it. Obviously, there are some things that it doesn't do so well, but I think they're improving it, and I think the fact that it's free, I think makes it like, okay, like this thing's like pretty solid here. Again, but that's just me. Maybe my standards are just too low. But yeah, I think it's decent for free, certainly. Are there no 787 Japan Air libraries? That's crazy. Limp, is it? Can you check for me? Because I don't want to open it. Oh, there's the one's the -10 787. Does Horizon have a Japan 787? And while you, if you know off the top of your head, or if you can look, I just don't want to open it. I don't think I can check while I'm here, but I will. I need to use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. Sorry. Had to. Hopefully my first officer isn't incapacitated, because holy smokes, you know what I'm saying? I mean, jeez. All right, guys. Live said for the Horizon 787-900, Japan Airways, China Eastern, ANA, and Thai. Oh, wait. No Japan? Really? Oh, no. Quiet cap? I was in the bathroom, sorry. All right, let's get the verse of the day loaded up here. I believe we're going to be coming to a close. Oh, shoot. I always forget I have this thing now. We're going to be starting our descent soon-ish. Yeah, there is some cabin ambiance. That is pretty cool. So they don't have Japan, so we might have to do this in a 350. Or the Dash 8. We'll see. I'll play around and see if there's any libraries out there. I need to see when we're going to start our top of descent as well, by the way. Oh, well, wait, is there... Let me see. This arrival. We're going to do a brand new... We're going to go KOMA. 777? Could do the 777 limb. Thought you were talking to someone in the background? No. Yeah, could do the 777. That's facts. Let me see. I don't think I can open up my PMDG Ops Center while I have Microsoft running. I don't think it's going to let me, or it will. 777. Where's the... What? New jeans come in tomorrow. Nice, dude. That is hype. Okay, here we go. Omaha. We got the Marui 4 and 14 rights is what we're looking for here. And then one more time, we'll open up a new sheet here. KOMA. KOMA. So approach RNAV 14 right, and we're gonna do the airport info over here. So this is, we'll be on 14 right, which is this guy right here. That should be perfect. We'll get off at Bravo or Foxtrot and just make a right into the terminal. Be a nice quick taxi. I'm gonna look fly for the parties and dances, bro. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. So this is how we'll walk through a realistic kind of descent briefing, I guess. Let me get slippers real quick, actually. I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Go ahead, Mexican Aviator. What is your question? Does it pertain even remotely to the topic at hand? Look at that. We can just kind of... It's pretty cool right here. How you know when to trim when coming to land at 737? Like that's perfect. It just depends. Like in the sim, it's just different than anything. Like in real life, like I'll tell you this, with the Caravan, I can only imagine like a 737 or something. I feel like you'd probably need way more because the Caravan's almost 9,000 pounds. Some of them are 9,000 pounds. And typically, whenever you're coming into land, I like to leave a little bit of power in. Some guys like to chop it and then like trim up a bunch. But basically, like when you're coming into land, you go to idle for the flare, and you need like 2 big swipes of the trim wheel, or like to probably just hold the electric pitch trim back for like maybe like 2 seconds, something like that. So that's kind of how it works with the Caravan. 737 would probably be pretty similar, I guess. I don't know how the trim systems work. I don't know if it's working while you're landing, while you're flaring. I don't know if there's any like autopilot logic there or anything, or like automatic kind of like it adds some flare for you maybe. I don't know how that would work. So to answer your question, I don't know how it would do the... Yeah, I can't believe that, Lim. I was just looking on it, and I haven't seen, or looking on flightsim.to, I didn't see any. But long story short, I really don't know. But in the sim, also, like, you don't really do that. Like like with the Caravan, like you don't really put any trim in whenever you have to land because it's just different. It doesn't really fly like real life. So yeah, just do whatever feels right. Like, just do whatever feels right, I guess, really is the answer to that question. Because sometimes it's different too, depending on the weather and tailwind, headwind, and all that type of stuff. So, all right, let's get into this arrival briefing real quick. We're going to cross over the, what is this, Lamini VOR, Leo Mike November. MEA is 10,000 feet, Marwi, then Swab, and then we'll expect vectors for runway 14 right, which will have a kind of a long way to go. So we're going to take a 320 heading after Swab and kind of go that way. So we'll probably try to cross. Let's get our descent, top of descent calculator pulled up. So we're at 32,000 feet. We need to get to, let's call it, I don't know, what do we want to be? 10,000 feet's the MEA. One time I forgot to put my gear up to 8,000 feet. Nice, dude. Just don't forget to put it down. That's the bigger issue, right? Do we even really need to descend by Leo Mike November? I mean, we're still going to be 50 miles from Marwi. 50 miles from Marwi, 20 miles to Swab. I only forget landing lights. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know how we want to do the descent just yet. I'll leave the top descent calculator pulled up. I don't know exactly what I want to do with it yet, but we'll see. Tower's still online. Tower's 32.1, so we'll go ahead and plug that in. Let's keep walking through this approach. So anyways, that's pretty much the arrival. There's really nothing special there. So we'll consider that briefed. The approach going into Omaha, Nebraska, ILS 14 right. The frequencies, or I'm sorry, yeah, well, let's look at frequencies. So 110.3 for the ILS, 110.3 for the ILS. He's on what did I say, 32.7? No, 32.1. 132.1. He's on, so we'll put that in the standby. So that is all set for us. We'll set the trim whenever, or the course whenever we need it. So course set 2,400 feet at Zatar, 1185 on the mids. So let's go ahead and set 1185 on the minimums. And looks like we only set 1190. It doesn't let us set a single digits, so it's fine. 1185 set 2400. Misapproach is climbed to 1900, then a left turn 3000. Direct the OBR, VOR, and hold. And head to the OBR. Yeah, it's kind of confusing. There it is. It'll probably be, you can do a parallel entry. Probably a parallel entry would be easiest for that. So Zatar is at 6,000 feet, it looks like, is how you cross it, which Zatar is somewhere over here. Which is what, I think it says like 15 miles. So I think that's trying to say it's 15 miles from OBR, I guess. So then Zatar 6,000. Then you come out here 10 miles from Zatar and then turn around. Oh, I see Zatar. Oh, I see Zatar is right here. It's just okay. It's just depicting this. So Zatar is at 6,000 feet, and then you do the procedure turn 007 on the outbound, 187 on the inbound. Rejoin the localizer, 2,400 foot glide slope intercept at Zatar also, and then you're inbound on the approach. So that's that. There's the misapproach. Minimum's 1185 with a 1,800 foot RVR. So that's pretty much it. So okay, so we want to be at 6,000 feet by Zatar. So let's 6,000 feet starting speed. We're going to be probably somewhere in the realm of what are we at right now? 290. We'll be at 290. Probably ending speed somewhere in the realm of like probably be fully configured, honestly, while we do all that. I mean, well, we're probably not going to do all that. We're just going to take vectors, by the way. We're not doing all that. So really, I guess I'll say 2,400. And then our approach speed, let's take a look at what our approach speed is going to be. Landing wind is, let's see, Omaha weather, ATIS information Lima. Wind is 190 at 13, 190 at 13. That's the wind. Runway heading 140 something. 142. Temperature 33 degrees. It's hot. And all that stuff looks good. Landing speeds gonna be 138 is gonna be the approach speed. So I'll say 138 is gonna be the approach speed. So let's take a look. So 109 miles out, we want to start descending from Zatar. How far are we from Zatar? We are... How far from... We're 130 miles out from Omaha. And Zatar is even a little bit past that. So we can start descending probably once we hit like 100 miles from Omaha. So we'll give it a little bit. Maybe once we get to Larmoni or whatever that VOR is called. What is it called again? I don't know. Once we get to like Larmoni, maybe we will go from there. Lamini. Once we get to Lamini, we will maybe start our descent down to 2,400 feet. Which will probably set like a nice 3,000. So that'll be that, guys. Imagine ordering an Uber and they pull up in a caravan. That'd be cool, bro. I'd pull up in a caravan. So just another few more minutes here, guys, and we will be starting our descent down into Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, so we're going to start back up that series. I want to try to edit some of these videos and stuff like that I have here. So we've got a lot of stuff to get going, and I know I've gotten a little bit behind in terms of those things and in terms of posting videos and stuff like that, guys. But it has been an insane last couple months with moving and everything like that. Moving twice, really. We moved, my parents like moved houses, and then I still kind of live there. And I go back and forth, you know, I stay up here whenever I work, and then I go home whenever I'm off, and all my stuff that I stream on and stuff is here at work. So I can really stream whenever I work, but Also planning a wedding, so whenever we get married and stuff like that, I'll be more here full-time than anything, and I should be able to put some more time and effort into videos and streaming. Honestly, particularly videos. I need to get back into some video editing again. I've gotten lazy with the shorts and stuff like that. I need to get back to video editing and putting actual, honest-to-goodness videos out there, so be on the lookout for more of that. Mexican Aviator said, Cap, where is your favorite controller? What do you mean? The guy from New York. I hate that guy. No, I'm kidding. Let's take a look at our verse of the day here today. Lim said, I could paid Lunar to do a live read for the Japan Air for us. Ever decided to come back off vacation, quit goofing around. Yeah, well said. I don't know what the heck that guy's doing. Whatever he's doing, he's like, oh, I can't talk about it. Yeah. He's on vacation, that guy. No, I'm kidding. 1 Corinthians 15:57 says, but thanks be to God, he gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. And he does. And this was written, I believe, by Paul, as much of the New Testament was written by Paul. This is a letter to the church in Corinth, or the people there were the Corinthians. And so that is where it gets the name and everything like that. This is a letter to the church to make sure that they just keep doing what they're doing. And I don't know if this is necessarily it's verse 57, so it's getting towards the end there. It might be, this could have been a closing kind of statement to them, and, you know, like at the end of his letter to the church, you know, he could be like, hey, but thanks be to God, he gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. Like, don't you forget it, man. This is what it is. Lunar should really join the Houston team. He'd be goated. He would be good. I think he has an actual job that is better than that, though. All right, let's go vertical speed on the way down. Let's do like 1,500 feet a minute if we can, without overspeeding the airframe. Let's take a look at Enduring Word as well and see what it has to say about 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 57. See if I'm close. Yeah, we can descend at a pretty good clip, looks like here. Oh, let's get those seatbelt signs on. $57. It is getting close. The last is verse 58. So we are close to the end here. Let's see. Oh, this is... Wait. Oh, okay, so this is actually the end of a pretty classic verse right here. And a pretty good one. A good set of verses here. So, resurrection is the final defeat of death. So, Paul writes in verses 54 through 57. So this goes a couple verses back from what ours is. It ends with ours. Paul writes, So when this corruptible has put on incorruption, and this mortal has put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, Death is swallowed up in victory. O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is your victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law, but thanks be to God who gives us victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. Now, we'll see what it says about this, but I'm pretty sure that O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is your victory? I'm pretty sure that's almost mocking the devil, and being able to say, you know, my eternal security is in Jesus Christ, you know, and that's a forever thing. So death, where is your sting? Actually, death is something that as Christians you should almost look forward to, right? I mean, it's something that's the final act that puts you face to face with your Creator. So it's kind of like, okay, you know, you get to meet your Lord and Savior after that. So death, where is your sting? And you should also know, and it's obviously hard to lose people that are close to you, but there should be a certain level of comfort, at least in time, that comes with losing people that are close to you, to know that they're resting with the Lord. And it's almost like I'm kind of jealous of you in that way. So Yeah, so I think he's almost mocking death and Hades or the devil or hell in that sentence. Let's see what he says. Death swallowed up in victory. A resurrected body is not a resurrected corpse. It's a new order of life that will never die again, defeated by the resurrection. So we talk about your soul and stuff like that. Here's O Hades, where is your sting? O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is your victory? Paul, knowing death is defeated because of Jesus' work, can almost taunt death. Yep, and mock it. There you go. Death has no power over the person the person found in Jesus Christ. So as long as you're saved, and as long as you believe that Jesus died on our cross for the sins and rose 3 days later, you can also look forward to death. I say that, obviously, you know what I mean. You not look forward to death, but to know, to be secure, to not wonder about what's going to happen after death. The sting of death is sin. The strength of sin is the law. The principle of resurrection also proves that we are not under the law any longer. We are no longer subject to the penalty of the law or death, and we are set free from sin. Sin is the ultimate cause of death, and the result can't be defeated because the cause is defeated. So death is defeated through our Lord Jesus Christ, and it's only possible for those whose Lord is Jesus Christ. So for others, resurrection, there is resurrection, eternal life, but unto damnation. If you are an unbeliever, death is not your friend, it is your enemy. So that is that there, guys. If you're not right with the Lord yet, get right with it. You know, obviously, one of the biggest things that stands out to me about the Air India crash and things that are like it is just exactly that. Is you know, none of those people thought that they were going to die that day. You know, but are you right with the Lord? So, we'll see. Next neighbor said, bro, I'll do VATSIM if I don't struggle with simple English. That's alright. I mean, speak English well enough. Yeah, I got this air conditioner in here, so it's starting to stay cool, but it doesn't really cool the whole house, which is disappointing. So, Limp, you know what? You might be just the guy to ask here. I got these windows that open. They open side to side. They don't open up and down. Oh well, okay. But so I don't think I could put a regular like air conditioning unit, window air conditioning unit in there. Unless, do you know a way to get one in there? On Sunday, I went to drop off my grandma at the airport. On the way back, I saw her plane coming for landing, the only aircraft landing. No, she was there. Her plane was the only one going into the airport. You're saying? Yeah, 'cause it was like 3 or 4 a.m. Oh, gee, yeah, it's brutal. A lot of flights bound to Mexico leave at that time at Chicago. Yeah, well, it's an international flight, you know, technically, so. 2988 on the altimeter going into Omaha. I think we're on a good pace for our descent here. Lip said I have a separate standalone unit for my computer room. Similar to window unit, push the picture so you see maybe something you can use in your place. Does it like sit on the ground and it has a vent that runs out the window? 'Cause if so, that's what I have. But it was, I mean, it's not quite double the price of a window unit, but it's close, and it's like, you know, I gotta buy another one for our bedroom, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to buy a whole another one, you know. Spent $500 on that. Oh my gosh! I think I got this one for like $230 or something like that. Do you have central AC? Alright, lights, seatbelt signs are on. We're going to get our lights on here in a second. Spent $9,000 on my central AC replacement. Oh my gosh. I also have my mother living here, and I can't keep the house like a refrigerator. Probably can't keep it cold enough, huh? All right, coming up on Swab here, that's kind of our last approach, or that's kind of our last fix. We're gonna take heading mode, and we're gonna fly like, what's the reciprocal here? 320 is like the reciprocal, so we're gonna take like a 330 heading maybe for now, and that'll kind of stick us in the downwind a little more than 320, so that we can kind of offset this a little bit and get a little bit of distance, but not too much also. So maybe like a 335, maybe like 5 more degrees, just so we can kind of actually get set up for a true downwind. Let's go ahead and get all of our lights turned back on. And let's see, 335 on the heading is fine. I don't think there's really I can't really just like activate the approach. Like, I love in the Caravan and in the G1000s in general, and all of the Garmin avionics series, I love the vector as a final feature. Like, basically what it does is once you start getting vectored, and you're pretty sure you're going to get vectored onto the final approach course, you can just hit vector as the final, and it will load. And now what we could do pretty much, though, since we're on this, is whoa. All right, my thing just got a lot louder. We can go green needles. And our course is going to be 142. That is correct. I'd like to be on VRR1, but that's okay. I'd like to be on green needles. All right, let me see. Do I need to also put this in? I said nav 1 and 2, so that should hopefully do its thing. Let's switch to tower. We won't do that until we're actually established on the approach, though. But anyways, like I said, with well, saying vectors of final, it just brings up your final approach fix and extends the center line. Sorry, I couldn't mute fast enough. Oh my gosh. Just kind of extends out and brings the final approach fix up and everything. It's nice. It cleans up the flight plan, basically, which is what it does. It's pretty nice that it does that. Yeah, down to 2,400 feet, essentially here, and we look like we're on a pretty good pace for that, and then we'll be able to level off. And you know what? As a matter of fact, let me take manual speed, and I will do this. I will activate the final approach speed. Oh. Hey, now that's not what we want. And let me get my, we'll leave this. Alright, I'd say we're probably at the space where we can probably just fly the reciprocal now. Let's do a 332. Or 322, was it? 322, sorry, we'll do. And we're getting blown kind of away from the crosswind there, so. Let's start pulling the speed back a bit. Perhaps 1 to go, 4 for 3. Perhaps like 220. What's this? What are we looking at speed-wise here? Flaps 1. 230 on the flaps, and we got 230 on the flaps, and we can do gear down at 250, I believe. So we can do that kind of anytime here. I'm going to start the recording now. Capturing 3,000 feet. Gonna disarm the speed brakes here as we kind of level off and everything. We see the runway yet at all? Not that I could tell. Maybe that there? I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on the gear for now. Let's do like 225 so that we can get. Oh wait, I have 220 set. Never mind. Let's get flaps 1. Is it just slats too? I think it is just slats. So here's our airport, and there's our final approach fix right there. So we're kind of just going to shoot to cut the corner a little bit there. Definitely bumpy here as we got low. Maybe we shouldn't have gotten so low so fast, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Nobody else coming into Omaha here, just us. Actually, let's see, there's somebody on the ground, SkyWest 3624. They're going to Minneapolis, St. Paul, departing shortly. And we are arriving shortly here, so. We are listening to tower, so that's he needs us or anything, needs us early or something. We've got that. We can keep slowing down a little bit to maybe help with the passenger discomfort in the back. I think 215 was our next flap speed for flaps 2, so we'll go ahead and do that. And we're getting close to Zatar here. That's whenever we're going to want to do our turn. So let's actually pull this thing all the way back to like a $180, $170. Let's see, what can we do with 170? We can do flaps 5 at 180. So let's go back to 170. We'll do 180 for now. Do flaps 2 and 3 under 200 knots. Airport should be somewhere over here. I don't know where it's at. Is that it right there? That's it right there, surely. Flaps 2 and 3, we're doing 180 knots right now. I believe we can maybe do flaps 4, 180. 180 is 185. Okay. So we'll kind of hang out here for right now. And we'll start our base turn here shortly. Just yucking it up back here. You guys think something's real funny, I guess. All right, let's start maybe like a, let's give like a 280, 290, probably 280 on the heading. I would like to be more or less fully configured by the time we get in, like fully established in the base turn. And we're technically not really, we're kind of in the base, but kind of not. Zatar, why does it look like it's still so far away? It looks like on my Navigraph map, it looks like I'm like past it.
West 3624, wind 190 at 13, fly runway heading, runway 14 right, clear for takeoff.
Got some life. Let's get like a 240. .230, I believe, would be a 90-degree intercept. That would be more or less of our base. Yeah, that's got to be our, or is that our, oh, that looks like something blinking. That's our airport right there. Looks like our runway. Dang it, get out of here. There we go. Alrighty, guys.
West 3624, ATC above me is offline. Your frequency changes to brood. Have a good flight.
Let's go ahead for 170 so we can start doing even more flaps. We're a couple miles out from intercepting yet. Let's arm approach mode though. Localize our glide slopes in white. And let's go gear down. That is a good looking bird right there, guys. We'll do 170 for as long as we can. let's maybe get a little bit of a turn to make this a little easier. Let's try like a 190 heading. All right, let's call tower. Hey tower, it's Brickyard 4339, intercepting 14 right.
Brickyard 4339, Omaha Tower, wind 190 at 13, runway 14 right, clear to land.
All right, 14 right, clear to land, Brickyard 4339. All right, we are clear to land. I just remember that we're gonna have to descend a little bit. The localizer is capturing, I don't know what the heck it just did right there. That is not the right course at all. I have a feeling we're gonna have to hand fly this. 140 something, 142. 142, let's get flaps to 5. Alright, looks like this might go better than I thought it was going to go. Localizer and glide slope are captured. Perfect. Missed approach climbing to 3,000 feet. So we started that little descent at the perfect time there as well. Look at that rollout. Holy smokes, guys. This plane never, ever, ever used to be able to do that, but here we are. Rolling out perfectly. Let's see the FMS speed now. I was hoping it would give it... That's not... 109 is definitely not it. 138. There we go. Is our approach speed. Let's do this, guys. Let's get some landing rates in the chat. Let's get auto throttles off.
Throttle, 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 throttle.
Okay, interesting. And then we'll get the autopilot off as well.
Autopilot.
So like I said, guys, let's get some landing rates in the chat. What are we thinking?
1,000.
We're stable. Let's get the flight director off for now. $280, says Limp. All right. Limp has lost faith. A little bit high. We're correcting that. Taking out some power. Do we have a crosswind? We do have a crosswind. Too much up trim right there.
500.
Oof, we got ourselves
4. Sink rate.
in an undesirable state.
Sink rate. 300.
Sink rate, whatever. You know. Come on.
200. Approaching minimums. 100. Minimums. Sink rate. 40. 30.
Oh, it'll float on me here if I'm not careful.
10.
Oh, man. Well, no screams. Reversers are green. We are decelerating. Well, welcome to Omaha. Uh-oh. Long freaking roll there. I gotta get landing rate monitor working again. I don't know why it stopped.
Brickyard 4339, you can taxi to the ramp via Delta Foxtrot, cross runway 18.
All right, Delta Foxtrot, cross runway 18 to the ramp for Brickyard 4339. Thank you, sir. All right, I guess not. Let's go ahead and get the APU coming. APU's coming on. We're going to leave our lights on here as we cross. Delta Foxtrot he gave us, so we'll cross right here on Delta. and then I guess we'll just take one of these first gates right here. So it was a long landing, but still gonna find find ourselves with a very quick taxi here back into Omaha. So we're into the ramp here. All right, looks like we'll be able to make this right turn. Flaps should be coming up here. No, but they still scream. They still scream, Limp. They still scream, but it just doesn't come up here anymore. Which, you know what? I forgot. I think it's actually been not working ever since it did the whole, like, reset on me thing. I don't know if you were around for that, but, like, my whole game, like, reset. Dude, we got to do a night flight with these lights that Holden put us on. He put us on these this night lighting mod, and we haven't even done a night flight yet. So I think it might be dark in Japan. We might see that over there. I don't know how the time works over there. We'll see. Coming in here, lights ablazing. These poor ramp agents here. Let's go ahead and stop it there. Set the parking brake. Make sure. Let's get our lights off now, first and foremost, for these poor guys. Like I said, seatbelt sign's going to stay on for now. Red beacon going to stay on for now. I just want to make sure that our APU is running, which is its APU is 100%. There we go. So let's go ahead down here then and get these engines to stop. And after that, we're going to go upstairs and turn the beacon light off. Request some deboarding. Stop the recording here. And couldn't connect to SimBrief. Great. Okay, so we are going to... I just want to get a GPU hooked up so we can just use that. I don't know why, but I feel like turning off the APU. So, should be using the GPU, so we'll turn the APU off. And I guess, like I said, GSX isn't going to help us out with any deboarding. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Really love and appreciate all you guys. We're going to get back on the grind of, what's it called? A pilot's life. So we're going to get back at that. Super excited to fly for Japan Air. And we're going to do an overnight flight tonight. But yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed. We'll see you Sunday evening for a quick flight. Sounds like Limp and hopefully Holden are going to join, so hopefully some other guys can join as well. Feel free. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Consider becoming a member. And like I said, guys, we're going to get back on the grind here. Yeah, so really appreciate all you guys, and we will catch you all on the next one. Peace.